There is no more iconic muscle car than the Dodge Viper. Big V10 power, rear-wheel drive. The very first one is way back there, the white one, VMO1, the mule that started it all.
So we really wanted to get back to the soul of the original '92 car, and you know, some of that soul is obviously this heroic proportion. You know, when you put a cover on this car, and you know what it is from 30 feet away. There's not a lot of cars that you can do that.
This is it, the brand new SRT Viper. You'll notice it's no longer Dodge. It is now badged by SRT. They went through the entire thing, top to bottom, starting with the chassis. It's far more rigid. They did a lot of work on the computer to find out how to tighten it up, make it lighter. The whole car is lighter. The engine is stronger. We're going to lift the carbon fiber hood. Not only the hood is carbon fiber, the roof and the deck is carbon fiber, all aimed at reducing the weight. Here you see the massive V10 engine. It's still 8.4 liters, but it has been refined with forged pistons, a new composite intake manifold. You can see this optional carbon fiber cross brace. Everything is stiffer and stronger.
And certainly part of the Viper is that it has to function first, but it still has to be beautiful. We actually, you know, the corner of the front end here, it wasn't giving the aero balance that we needed, so we actually developed it in the tunnel, widening the car, and it actually ended up making the front end of the car look a lot wider. The integrated chin splitter on there, that is scienced out. I mean, this is exactly what Graham and Eric and the team needed from a functional standpoint. This inlet here is, we call it an air curtain. It's actually open to the wheelhouse inner. All those things we designed, but they're functional. The hood, you know, I talk about beautiful shapes. You'll see today when you sit in the driver's seat looking at this, I just love this shape here. It's just the coolest thing, and the snakeskin pattern in the textures here, you'll see it in the tail lamps. The other part of what makes this car an icon is this gill shape here, and we've owned that. If you were to draw this line comes up and it comes down and it connects into the gill. And to me, that is just so cool. This real flowing line. The liftgate, you know, the amount of waft that we have on this. Again, this was done in the tunnel, working closely with the guys. We spent hours and hours in the tunnel. Same with the blisters on the roof.
After a very fun and exciting drive this morning on 2-lane country roads throughout the wine country here in California, we are here today at a very wet Sonoma racetrack, all 11 turns, streaming water, to drive the new Viper. We're sitting here in the pit lane, right probably where Tony Stewart used to park, waiting for the okay to get back on the track. Outside, as you can see, it's pouring rain, which always makes it a lot of fun on a racetrack, especially when you have a Viper with tires about a block wide and 640 horsepower. The thing about this car is it has a much shorter throw shifter. It's like a Miata. You would never expect to have something that short in a car this big and brutal. It is refined. The whole body is, they went through it, finite element analysis it to pieces, and it is much stiffer body, although they never told us exactly how much stiffer. They bumped the horsepower, improved the brakes, the tires, the wheels, everything. So what you have basically is they've built a better Viper.
It's got new synchronizer rings and it's got new gears. The gear spacing is all much more even now. We mated that with a 355 rear gear instead of a 307. We now attain top speed in 6th gear instead of 5th, so it's a much more usable gear.
On the previous Viper, top speed was attainable in 5th gear. 6th gear was just to please the EPA and get better gas mileage. But I mean, here you're getting 12 to 18 miles per gallon, 12 city, 18 highway. It almost doesn't matter. You're basically just, you drive alongside a tanker with an attachment to keep feeding gas into the car. You don't buy this car for gas mileage. Why don't they have carbon ceramic brakes even as an option here? Well, they said that if they put them on here, they would explode. The guy actually said that they would explode. He didn't say, well, you know, there's the cost benefit ratio, blah, blah, blah. He said that they would explode. He said that if you're going at 206 miles an hour and you stomped on the brakes, that his word, explode. Then Ralph Gilles stepped in and said, well, actually, if you do the analysis of the weight savings of the carbon ceramic, you would have to increase the diameter of the brake, and you would have to therefore increase the size of the wheels and tires, or of the wheel, and by the time you did all that, there was no benefit to it. That's Ralph talking. The engineer just said that they would explode. That's why Ralph's running the show.
And the Viper in my mind is very symbolic of where we're trying to take SRT. It's very elegant, very premium, suddenly premium Vipers become. And then you got the other side of Viper's personalities at Sonoma.
We're exceeding the limit, but it's our last lap, and we're going to the airport. What are they going to do? Oops, my foot slipped. This is a great car. Sells for a little under or a little over 100 grand. Start saving your money now. It'll be in showrooms first quarter of next year. For Autoweek, I'm Mark Vaughn.
Catch all the latest auto enthusiast news at Autoweek.com, in Autoweek Magazine and iPad Edition. Talk with us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Autoweek USA.